there's a bird making a lot of noise. I don't know if you can hear it.
Well, I think it's because it's so early. It's so late that it's early.
So late that it's early. It's
like a morning bird.
Is it a mockingbird where they're making, like, they're pretending to be morning birds?
So large.
Like the, what was it, the Romeo and Juliet? And that guy has the biggest penis in Florida. Florida itself is kind of shaped like a big penis, though. We're leaving this all in. We're not cutting it.
Okay, cool.
This is the intro.
Alright, here we go. Put your muffler back in.
Live story. That guy was so awesome, he blew his engine out. Like, for serious. This is like, that's like great whenever karma works that fast, right? Right. Anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy. We're gonna do this in our usual style, pros and cons list.
Shotgun style. Pow.
Shotgun style?
Yeah, because we didn't write anything down.
We didn't write anything down. Normally we make like a little list and we kind of go over it, but we're gonna be real upfront with you. This one's gonna be probably shorter and
or longer.
And not anywhere near as organized because the pros and cons aren't anywhere near equal. Normally we try to be very fair and balanced, but in this case we are not going to be able to do that. So like, roll in the pros picture. It's a good movie.
Yeah, man. I liked bunches.
It's a Marvel movie.
Yeah, man. Marvel Studios, Sophia.
No, it's a Marvel Studios movie. I don't know what you want. Like, what pros were you expecting from us? Like, it's a good movie. It sounds good. It looks good.
It looks very good. Like,
it's funny.
Like, there's some really beautiful sets. Like,
it's heartfelt.
It is. Oh my goodness. I was very surprised. Almost every scene has a joke in it. Maybe that's just because we were in an opening screening, but like everyone was really feeling it.
Everyone was laughing. It was everyone, like the whole crowd kind of did the same thing. Everyone went, oh, ah, ha ha ha, and like, all at the same time. Yep. Like, it was a super, except the two douches who sat behind us. No, this is a part of, if you see this review for any reason, you better pray, thankful prayers to whatever God you believe in, okay? The comic god, thank Stan Lee. That he made that movie entertaining enough? No. Okay? Because I almost ripped your freaking throat out. I have a PSA for all of you. Pro tip. This is going in the pros. Pro tip. Don't talk during a Marvel movie premiere that people bought tickets months in advance for at like midnight, because everyone's tired, everyone's hungry, it's in the movie, we all need to pee, and you're talking through the climax of the film when everyone, including the movie, is quiet. Pro tip. There you go. Put that in your pros. The climax was good. It was unexpected, but not in a didn't make it like way, like storytelling. You expected it, but they handled it well in a very unexpected way.
Yeah, so it was interesting, but they also set up the plot points that, like, oh, okay, that was satisfying story-wise. Baby Groot was adorable. We all knew this would happen, but
Baby
he was really adorable.
Stupid adorable. Like,
very adorable.
And they play on it a lot.
And yeah, so it's nice because they know he's adorable too. He's like a little baby. Like, he actually is a baby. He's not just named Baby Groot. He behaves like a baby.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh.
So that's good. Any other pros?
Did we say it looked good?
Looked good.
Looked good. Sounded good. Music was good. I'm telling you, there's like a theme in there that I think runs in the Avengers movie as well.
There's like a Marvel Triumph theme or something.
Yes, it's so.
That's gross. You gotta
so tasty.
Listen.
Those tasty morsels. So good.
Those tasty universe combining morsels.
Music morsels. So
particularly good. Music for you, for so sure. But
so
they do a good job. They also introduce like other locations, and they talk specifically about Earth and things that are going on Earth. And that's interesting because eventually, like, they all have to meet up, right? So maybe it's setting it up for that. That's kind of nice. There's multiple in-credit stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of them, actually. And,
oh, all the characters are very good and interesting. There's like 9-ish main characters, and they're
There's a
all
lot.
handled very, I wouldn't say very, I guess, yeah, I'm gonna go very well, because I know how to make movies. I was satisfied with how
We were
everyone's,
able to keep up with everyone.
Yeah, we were.
Unlike, we talked about this a little bit in Civil War, how you didn't get enough of the people being together. They were all kind of like slapdash, and you just had to kind of deal with it. They did a much better job because they purposely introduced these characters before, but this time they had them interact in a way that was different, but not out of character and not slapdash.
And in a way that developed developed their characters.
It did. I had a pro in my head just a second ago, and they do a couple of subtle nods. That's what it is. They do a couple of subtle nods, because one of the complaints that I heard about the first Guardians of the Galaxy is that it wasn't very much like its source material. Honestly, we wouldn't really know. We never read any of those.
You mean the original Guardians of the Galaxy that took place like 10,000 years after the Avengers?
Yeah.
With
so,
like some rando who had
some
Captain America's shield, or you mean?
Or the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Guardians of the Galaxy with a guy was just like, no, I want to be Star-Lord instead, and then like tricked one of the other astronauts so that he could have the position instead.
Yeah.
Like, none of that. Like, there's a lot of different things about the source material, but one of the biggest things that we heard was that people were upset that it wasn't more onto the source material. And so they do nod at that a little bit more this time, with little Easter eggs here and there, and it's lovely. And I will say that, like, Marvel in general, and you can see it, like, they are going full colorful.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they are not, they tested the waters, and then Thor got a little crazy, and then they kept getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And of course, Thor always gets to be kind of crazy because it's the
Norse mythology.
It's mythology. It has the Rainbow Bridge, and like that always kind of had this magical element to it. And even with Doctor Strange, they did a little bit something different because it was magic, but they still had it based a lot more in reality. At this point, they're like, listen, this is the galaxy. Anything happens. People look like anything. Colors happen. Planets happen. Deal.
We don't have to explain ourselves to you.
We don't. We're Marvel.
You're coming to our movies.
Excuse me. You bought this ticket as soon as we announced that it was in existence. And we're like, yes, Marvel, feed me like the baby chick I am.
Tweet, tweet.
So,
it's very good.
It is very, very
It's
good.
very good.
So,
it's hard to say how good it is.
It's hard to say how good it is, and it's also hard to talk about it without giving anything away, because not that every single thing is important, but rather that if you give any exact details, it kind of just hints too much at the next thing, because this is extremely linear. It's not, it doesn't go other places, it doesn't hint at stuff. It's like, this happened, because this happened, and then this happened, and then everyone got together, and then everyone didn't get together, and then everything happened, and then here's the climax that butthole talked through, and then look, the movie ended, here's 4 post-credits. And I mean, I hope yours is similar to that? Not
Except
exactly like that.
Butthole.
Lacking talking people. But yeah. Alright, now we're gonna put in the cons. What's next? That one. The cons. The music isn't as good.
Yeah, but every
because
other.
you
Here's
can't
the thing. No,
catch
no.
lightning twice.
Me. Pick me.
Okay, you.
Okay, good. I think that the music isn't as good is because that all the other movies
They're not gonna be
that
able to understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. Many of the other movies that are coming out right now, like Deadpool or maybe Suicide Squad, are using catchy tunes that you know that are very fun and upbeat, and you're like, oh, that's a cool song. I know that.
And that's kind of what Guardians of the Galaxy started.
But they didn't do that. They didn't go, let's do that same thing again where we put a bunch of catchy tunes together that everyone knows and they're going to enjoy. They said, let's theme this music so it is useful to the story rather than just being useful to the listener.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh no, I think that's our cue.
We'll finish this later.
We'll finish this later, guys. We got kicked out of the other parking lot, so now we're in this parking lot.
I call it Gatorland. I'm certain we'll get mauled by gators here.
There's like a swamp behind us.
It's very swampy.
But that's like most of Florida. So, and there's a lot of shadows and stuff, so it's just this is where we're at now. You can, and Tony can't quite get in the frame. Listen, guys. there are cons.
It's late.
It's late. There are cons. The music wasn't as good. It just wasn't. I shouldn't say that. The soundtrack wasn't as good.
Oh, yeah.
The actual sound engineering and the music and the theming was fantastic, but the actual soundtrack was not as good. The CGI wasn't as good. What do you think? Did I say CGI?
You did say CGI, which is the correct term, yes.
Okay, yes.
I think? Yeah.
The CG wasn't good.
I thought it was fine.
No, there were some parts that felt almost like... I want to describe it almost like Willy Wonka. Like, things were too gummy or plasticky, and it didn't quite fit. Like, that it didn't seem like that was the aesthetic they were going for, but that's how it looked. There were also some times where it didn't enhance it, because the big thing is that it really should be used to enhance. This used, I think, to replace or to create, because some of it's crazy and you can't do it with people like that, and so it was just a little off. But you know what, I felt that way, and I've been feeling that way about a couple of Marvel movies in general. So I don't know if that's just like they gotta tamper down the budget for certain movies, or if it's just we're noticing because we're getting used to it, or what. But
because they spend so much money de-aging people.
They spend so much money de-aging people in creating people in Star Wars movies that they don't need to.
I got nothing. What else?
You got nothing? That's all your cons?
I got no cons. I mean,
the first thing he asked me was, when can we see it again?
Yeah.
So,
see it again.
I think what I really learned, though, from this movie is Kurt Russell makes a terrible dad. And this is not the only movie that has tried to teach me that lesson.
I learned to trust your feelings and to be a good friend. I'm sorry, I'll stop. I apologize. I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
He went into My Little Pony Land. That's how little cons we have.
I got nothing.
We told you this wasn't going to be balanced. So normally this is the segment where we would do like a quick draw, quick question thing. We've already talked about this though with the first one, and that's kind of the problem with a lot of, like, especially sequels. Origin story, yes or no? The answer is we don't know. We don't know about this one in particular, and quite frankly, the comics have actually changed to be more like the movie.
I am going to say...
You have to say it. You have to...
okay,
to all of our friends in TV land.
I'm trying to figure out if it's a spoiler or not. I don't think so, because everyone knows who Kurt Russell's character is. But for Kurt Russell's character, I'm going to say yes.
For
not really. It's not. It's a no, but it works well in the movie.
It works well in the movie, but they've actually changed the comic books to be more like the movie.
I don't know if they've changed that character though.
No, I don't know. I'm not talking about that character. I'm talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy in
That's
general.
true.
So it's kind of like neither here nor there. Music and sound design.
Yes.
No to music, yes to sound design. And I don't think the music is their fault. I don't think you can catch lightning twice. And it just played a different role.
I'm going to disagree though, because they do, like so many 90s movies, they have a rap that explains, like that tells the story of the song.
Just listen to the end credit song.
It's just wonderful.
It's wonderful. It's like it's 90s sitcom,
it's
Will
any
Smith
Will
intro,
Smith
Fresh
outro,
Prince,
where he explains the plot in the story.
Yes, but he did it in his intro. They did it in their outro.
No, but that happened in 90s movies as well.
That's true.
Like in the Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Where they just rapped what happened that you just watched. You're like, that was wonderful.
In case you needed a recap.
Exactly.
Love, yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes.
It was fine.
It was good.
It was fine.
There was more than just one kind of love.
There was more than one kind of love.
There was like love flying all over the place.
It was full of love.
But it was good. The romantic love that we talk about between usually, because it's Hollywood movies, a man and a woman, was good.
And well, I mean, the romantic love is technically between a human and an alien at this point.
Good. We're all in agreement here.
Like, do you really count anything at this? Like, okay, she's green, but
I mean, I'm just saying.
Technically,
if Captain Kirk can do it, then I'll allow it.
That's true. That's true. But the whole thing is just like, I don't care about romantic love anyways, but they didn't focus on it. They used it as a device, and a lot of times it was funny. Eventually it was kind of heartfelt, but it wasn't a big deal, so it was okay.
It never felt forced?
No, it did not feel forced. And that's the big thing with me in love, is that it almost always seems forced, or it doesn't have any credibility in the story. And they didn't do that. There are other types of love, like this story was, I mean, but even The Last Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of about love too. So I think that, sorry, I got bit by an ant. I think that it was fine. It was actually decent.
Sorry everybody, this is supposed to be the quick part. We've got 3 minutes, 3 questions.
It's really late. What's the next one?
Would
just do the pros outweigh the cons, obviously. Would you go see it in theaters?
Yes.
Would you see it more than once?
Yes.
Would you see it in 3D?
No, no.
I think it would make me gross.
Stinky.
Oh, I think that it would probably be really cool.
Smelly.
Smelly? No. I actually think it would be pretty cool in 3D, but I get sick from 3D because of my glasses.
Cares?
Who cares? Okay, who cares? Yeah, there you go. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. You know, we really risk ourselves out here for you. I like to think that we are the guardians of the review because, you know, we're fighting ants and swamp conditions, alligators, security guards, power outages, the whole 9. Like, we do it for you guys. And because we are 2 geeks with a camera. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. What are the other things? Like, all those things that you say at the end of the video. And I am going to purposely, because I'm a bad person, I'm going to put other video stuff right here. Right over Tony's smiling face. I think you should like for this mannequin style. He hasn't blinked yet. I'm impressed. Bye, guys.